Your wonderful town of Chicago is to be congratulated on your great contributions to television.
And anybody who thinks television is dead in Chicago has only to be here tonight.
I'm very fond of Chicago myself. See, I've always said it's one of Waukegan's nicest suburbs.
And I'll tell you the truth, I'm fed up with the program already.
I have huge balls. Did you do it? Good for you.
People are tuning out the weather, even mine, Tom freaking Skilling.
I am proud to be your host this evening. Okay, now that I'm done blowing smoke up your ass, let's get back to reality.
I feel change in the air.
Chicago police are searching for a gun.
Chicago's Gold Coast being accused of racism.
H1N1 vaccine.
You want to get paid for it. Improved graphics also means a better gaming experience.
Welcome to the Now Network.
You're supposed to be the man with the plan, remember?
Not sure I'm that guy anymore.
You know that I want you, and you know that I need you. I want the bad.
A pack of chimps in tuxedos crashes the Nobel Prize dinner. It's the Onion Radio News.
Okay. Ow!
Google.
New Jersey.
Shut up.
Bruce Springsteen.
Stop it.
Bon Jovi.
It doesn't pay to tangle with the media.
I wish you the very best of luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Tim Kazurinsky.
Tim Kazurinsky enters. All right. Got that part done. Good evening, and welcome to the 51st Annual Chicago Midwest Emmy Awards. With any luck, some of you may remember me. This is my third time hosting the Chicago Emmys. Those of you who've been around for a while will remember back in 2003, I was the master of ceremonies for the Pasta and Potatoes Emmys at Pettorino's and the Goodman. Then, a few years ago, I also hosted the show when we banned the winners from making speeches. Yeah, well, it didn't work for the Taliban either. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, what the hell is he going to complain about tonight? Don't worry, I will think of something. Anyway, this year we are dubbing the show the Recession Emmys. There's been a few cutbacks. For example, winners will notice that this year's statues are actually made of chocolate. They'll be covered in gold foil wrapping and in a not so subtle gesture, they're hollow. Also, the only product placement deal we could get was with Playboy Enterprises, so the statues are a bit more statuesque this year. They're shaped like bunnies. But we figured, what the hell, nobody will know the difference, so. Times are tough indeed, but you know, hey, the AstroTurf is always greener on the other side. At least you TV people are way better off than your brethren in the newspaper biz. This toddling town has got not just one, but two newspapers in bankruptcy. I was a little worried Chicago might become a one-paper town. Thank God the government agreed to make the Sun-Times part of the Cash for Clunkers program. Please drive careful, Mr. Tyree. A lot has happened politically since I saw you last. A very powerful, outspoken man in this state was forced from office after a controversial tenure. Joe Ahern, we hardly knew you. And we had some retirements. Warner Saunders retired this year. So did Robert Feeder. Coincidence? There was a report that the two of them were seen together in a psilocybin-shaped mushroom balloon floating over Colorado. Turns out they were just up in the garage attic beating the crap out of each other. And what is with President Obama's war with Fox News? Please, I don't get it. I mean, what the heck did Robin Robinson and Jeff Goldblatt ever do to that guy? I mean, come on. And, you know, here's a trend that I do not understand. This year's CBS 2 became the latest station to start doing news in front of a window. I don't get the appeal, but it seems like everyone wants their information faster, faster, faster. Maybe that's why a couple of years ago, ABC 7 put in that drive-through window on State Street. Just a thought. And hey, Harry Porterfield got a new job this year. What a guy, God bless him. In his 80s, and he's still going strong. Talk about the Energizer Bunny. God bless Harry Porterfield. I still remember Harry's first Someone You Should Know piece. If memory serves me right, it was an in-depth interview with Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable. Sacagawea was the next week. You may notice we've eliminated some categories this year. Some were for lack of entries, others for different reasons. For example, we will no longer be presenting an award in category 27X. That's the Outstanding Achievement for Standing Out Near a Backyard Swimming Pool in a Bikini Award. That's gone. And a reminder of the rules before we begin. If you're fortunate enough to be an Emmy recipient, please proceed to the stage, give some brief, and I do mean brief, remarks. And remember, one trophy per category. If there's 5 of you, one trophy, guys. In each category, there may be single or multiple winners, but just one trophy. Also, if you're up in the crow's nest and your category's coming up, you may want to send a rep down, because that's going to be a hike. It's Kilimanjaro. Some categories have no winner at all. That's sort of like being an Illinois voter. All right. Now, is everybody ready? I think we better get this thing started before Judy Sue pounds out another baby right here in the center aisle. To present the evening's first awards from ABC 7, please welcome Emmy Award winner, the wonderful Janet Davies. Air kiss.
Facebook. Larry? Comcast website. Hurry. All right, I am here to read a number of categories, the first being the nominees' specialty report series, Health Medical. And those nominees are
A Mother's Mission, WMTV. Keeping It Straight, WFLD. How Clean Are the Kids' Cafeterias, WFLD. Connor's Story, WMTV.
Okay, first. Can't be too careful. Mm-mm. The Emmy goes to Keeping It Straight, WFLD.
No one spends more time and money on their hair than Black women. For miles of Chicago's 79th Street, there are several salons and beauty supplies on every block. It's Friday night, so folks will be sitting in some salon chairs until midnight. It's a cultural tradition, and there's a problem.
Heart disease, diabetes, obesity, all of these things. And those are the manifestations of two things: not eating right and not exercising.
Okay, don't play the whole thing. It's really long. Thank you very much. I got to thank my news director, Carol Fowler, who had ultimate faith in the idea that this could actually be a story. And she just nodded and said, okay, yeah, go for it. My producer, Ann Seraphin, who can't be with us tonight, because Ann wasn't sure she got it either, but she had faith in me as well. Got to thank my man Jackson, who withstood all the questions about, do you think that's interesting? You know, it's just hair. And he's completely bald. So we had to hear all these hair questions. And I want to thank you for your tolerance and everybody who kind of gets that hair is not always a political statement. Sometimes it's just a preference. My daughter, who's 12, looked at me tonight and said, that blonde streak is so ghetto. And she meant it as a compliment. So I'd just like to remind you all that the girls on the block have been clipping and sewing and bonding different parts and pieces of hair, of textures and colors into their hair long before pink was pink. It's not necessarily ghetto. It might be goth, might be scene, might be punk. But sometimes it's just an adornment. So let's just look at it that way and try to stay healthy. Thank you.
Is your foot all right after I stepped on it earlier today? Okay. All right. Next category, Special Report Series, Science, Weather, Environment, and the nominees are
Shark Tank, WMAQ. The Weight of the Weather, WITI. Live Green with ABC7, WLS.
And the Emmy goes to Live Green with ABC7! WLS.
Sweep it up, throw it in a plastic bag, throw it in a box, put a label on it, and send it to this magnificent company called Matter of Trust.
And that California company takes the hair, processes it, and turns it into specialized mats, which are then used to really clean up the environment.
The hair mats are used to soak up oil spills throughout the world. They literally send emergency hair mats when an oil spill has occurred.
Because, as we all know, hair attracts oil.
I feel a hair theme happening here, Robert. Thank you so much. Usually when you're presented with a wonderful opportunity and a new franchise, it means a lot more work, no more time, no more money. In addition to all of that, I also had a chance to tell some wonderful stories, meet some great people, and learn some things about our environment, and more importantly, anything else, to work with some of the best people in the business, namely my producer, Sylvia Jones. So I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Thanks, everybody.
Our next category in the specialty reporting category, series, Politics and Government. And the nominees are
Price County, The Search for Answers, WSAW. Obama Inauguration, WGBO. Where did all the public housing residents go, WFLD. Club Kids, WFLD.
And the Emmy goes to Clout Kids, WFLD.
Water Reclamation District Commissioner Barbara McGowan isn't the only elected official who got touchy. We started asking questions about their kid's summer job.
I have no comment.
I mean, we're just looking.
Dave, I have no comment.
With the economy hurting and employment at a premium, your kids might like a crack at the 200 or so summer jobs at the Water Reclamation District. Each of those jobs pays a hefty $13 an hour. Money that comes from your wallet, taxpayer dollars.
I want to thank the Illinois political culture for making this possible. And my producer, Marcia Bartell. Thank you very much.
Does anybody else have this problem with dress to impress? All you women? Yeah, you didn't quite know? Yeah, I thought I'd do biker chick meets soccer mom. I don't know. Okay, category. The next category in Specialty Report Series is Business Consumer. And the nominees are
Seeing Red, WFLD. Avoiding Funeral Fraud, WFLD. Does It Work, Consumer Product Series, WKOW. Buy and interview, WGN.
And the Emmy goes to Does It Work? Consumer Product Series, WKOW.
Listen up. They see commercials.
Now with Listen Up, you can discreetly listen in.
Good shape, doesn't he? He's pretty cute.
Let's see about that.
Kate Winslet is an incredible actress.
It worked. Kind of. I couldn't hear the ladies, and not sure if they even saw me at all, but the treadmill to my left now sounds like I'm laying on it.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm glad my mom is taking pictures back there, because I was so nervous I was going to say, Mom, please take some pictures of this so I can prove to all my friends that I actually won this. Just the guy from Madison. This is an amazing experience. I want to thank my news director for giving me the opportunity to be the consumer reporter. I just got really lucky and it fell in my lap, but this is just an amazing opportunity. I took my mom to the Emmys with me, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, but it's because she agreed to pay for the tickets for us to come here. If there are any news directors from any of the Chicago stations here, I'm sitting at table 71. That's not a joke. Thank you so much.
Okay, you'll be on my Facebook page. Specialty report, category education, and the nominees are
South Suburban, WFLD. Good Question, WMAQ. El Sistema, WGBO.
And the Emmy goes to Good Question, WMAQ.
So, what do you want to know? I want to know why the city hasn't filled the potholes yet.
Why is the state of Illinois so corrupt?
We'll do our best to get your answers. We'll use the best resources, go to the best experts, utilize the very best technology.
All of this can be fed into the computer through these magnetic tapes.
So here it is, the very first NBC5 Good Question.
Why are cabs yellow?
Phil couldn't be here tonight. He wanted to say thank you to everyone here and everyone on his team. Phil always has a good question. He often has too many good questions, especially if you're in my role. So he says thank you to all of you, and so do I. Thank you much.
Our next category in Specialty Report Series, Arts, Culture, and Entertainment. And the nominees are
The B Word, WGN. Power of Art, WMTV. The Hairdresser, WNDU. Bad Plates, WFLD.
And the Emmy goes to The B Word, WGN.
On television, in movies, even music and music videos,
It's Britney, bitch.
we are being bombarded with use of the word bitch.
I really do come off as a miserable bitch half the time.
We are sexy bitches, yeah!
So how long do you usually make people your bitch?
For decades, the word bitch has been used as an insult and show of disrespect to women. Yet it has now become a word that many women are embracing.
Bitch is a outspoken, opinionated, strong woman.
We'll let the strong woman go first.
This is so funny because last year we did a piece on the N-word that won an Emmy, and I thought, what do I know about that? And then Antoine said, well, why don't we do the B word? And I thought, well, what does he know about that? So I guess it all worked out.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you, WGN. Thank you, God, for having a job in this climate. Thank you, Mike D'Angelo, for shooting that, Nelson Howard for editing it. And I'd like to say a special hello to my aunt and my cousin from Virginia, and the best mom in the whole wide world is here tonight, my mom, Brenda. Thank you so much, Academy.
Good Lord, what word will they do next year? next category, specialty report, religion. That's following that one. And the nominees are
Archbishop Dolan's Legacy, WISN. Power to Forgive, WMTV. Online Nuns, Wisconsin Public Television.
Gazarinsky, you got to do a joke on that one. The Emmy goes to Power to Forgive, WMTV.
My name is Craig. I am now 30 years old, and I am approaching my 14th year of incarceration. During this time in prison, I have learned a lot of lessons. As I'm sure you already know, I am the person that shot Jackie in November of 1995 when I was a 16-year-old kid.
November 5th, 1995, a day Craig Sussick and Joshua Briggs will never forget.
Well, once again, just like Dan before us, Dan is from Madison, we're from Madison, so it's great just to be, it's such an honor just to be in this market with all of you. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for letting us come to the party. Thank you so much.
We're having a great time. When I met Jackie Millar, I actually interviewed her, and I thought, what a great story she would make, and her forgiveness, and just her whole being I loved. And I was so excited that my news director allowed us to travel all over the state. We went to 2 different prisons to tell this story. And so I have to thank her for being willing to talk with us. And also Sam, he came up with the creative beginning and end that I think we needed to clinch this. I presented in 2006 and I said, I never thought I'd be up here, and I'm gonna just take it all in, and I'm so excited to be on the other end of it. So thank you so much.
All right, our next category in the Specialty Report series, transportation and traffic. And the nominees are
Roz on the Road, WLS. Kettle Pop, WGN. Chicago's Olympic Traffic, WGN. Miracle on the Hudson, WMTV. Driving and Texting, WISN.
And the Emmy goes to, we have 2 winners in this category, and they are Chicago's Olympic Traffic, WGN, and Miracle on the Hudson, WMTV.
This is where the Olympic Village will be held. 2016 planners say athletes will be within 15 minutes of their competition or training location, a convenience that will provide some inconvenience to those in Bronzeville.
There is no public parking, so whether it's a competition venue, and certainly the village, there's no public parking at all.
But that reduces the number of spectators, forcing them to use public transportation.
I saw no reason why we couldn't have a survivable landing in the river, and we did. Nobody slept the first night. You just couldn't do it. Second night, I think I maybe slept an hour. Woke up, replaying the whole thing in my mind all night long. I spent a lot of time walking around New York City at 3 a.m. I have now become at peace with the fact that there really wasn't much that we could have done, and what we did was the very best outcome that could have happened.
Well, much like Dan before us, and Lee before us, and Sam before us, we're just a bunch of guys from Madison doing the best we can to be in a room with Chicago and Milwaukee. It's kind of overwhelming from our standpoint. And we worked for 5 weeks to get that interview with him. And I think he actually gave it to us because I was so nervous when I walked up to him. That when I'd been to his house so many times, and he was never there, and we knew he was in Wisconsin, and my news director was like, find him. So I went to his house and he answered. I'm like, my God, it's him. And I was so nervous, and I think he just felt bad for me. So I think I'm here because he felt bad for me.
Just want to thank Chris Pass for doing all the legwork, for setting up the interview and everything. It was a good story, and I thought we told it well.
Thank you, WGN Television. Thank you, Hector Betancourt. Thank you, Mike D'Angelo again. God bless.
And here is the final category in Special Reports Series, Family and Children's Issues. The nominees are
Bingo for Prom Dates, WMAQ. To Serve or Protect, WITI. Heroin in the Suburbs, WFLD.
The Emmy goes to Heroin in the Suburbs, WFLD.
This is where Chuck would buy from his drug dealer.
The street that we're on right now is the street that I picked up from the kid. These people driving down the street, walking their dogs, they have no idea that this stuff is around.
And this is where Chuck almost died.
I just had all my stuff out, had my needles, had the tie around my arm, and proceeded to, shoot up. Just kind of blacking out and woke up to a knock on the window by the, Wheaton Police Department. Becoming a heroin addict was not in my plans.
Thank you. I just wanted to say this is actually my 16th year at Fox, and there are only a few people on air who have more seniority than me, and they are Robin Robinson, Dane Placco, and who else is here? Oh yeah, Lilia Chacon. And I just want to say that it's been an honor working with all of them, and I've learned something from each one of them. Jack Connerty also has more seniority, but I know that because when vacations come around, you plan who will get it before you. But this is an honor. This is one of my favorite stories last year. Unfortunately, that kid is in jail right now, and he hasn't recovered whatsoever. But when you do a story like that, it really makes you appreciate your own life. Thanks.
Welcome back to the Antoine Lewis Show. It is now my pleasure to introduce the president of the Chicago Midwest chapter of the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences. Please welcome the lovely, the classy Barbara Williams Perry.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. And I'll start by, of course, thanking all of you for being here. We're off to a great start, I think. Congratulations to our first Emmy winners. There's a lot more ahead, as I'm sure you all know. First thing I want to do is a shout out to all the members of the Board of Governors who are here tonight. You can wave, you can stand, you can appreciate how much everyone in this room loves you and all the work that you do for the Academy. And especially a great big thank you to Rebecca Cowing, the best administrator in the universe, who put this all together. And by the way, speaking of, isn't this great at the Park West? I mean, it's a wonderful change for us, I think. But this is a nice evening. It's as you know, our 51st year of the Emmys. And actually, I should thank all of you for supporting us as we continue to recognize excellence in our industry. And I want to congratulate you. Your work, the work that's been nominated tonight, has already been judged Emmy-worthy. This is great work that you're doing. And to make that judgment, we've always looked at the content of your work for excellence, and we have always found it. What's new is the way that we're watching your work. Some of us are watching on television, some of us are watching on desktop computers, some of us are watching on phones, but we're all looking for that excellence in the content of what you do, in your writing, in your technical expertise, and especially in your ability to continually tell people stories that they want to get engaged in. We're here tonight to recognize that wonderful work day in and day out, and particularly this evening, to celebrate that work. We've always been about the content. We will always be that way in the future. So someday I may be watching all of you on my enhanced home audio-visual system selector. And because of the excellent way that you will continue to tell your stories, I'll still know you deserve an Emmy. Have fun tonight. Thanks for being here.
Now, to present our next awards, from WGN News, please welcome, yeah, you guessed it, two-time Emmy Award-winning reporter, Antoine Lewis. If we run out of awards tonight, Antoine, you have to get one of those back, right?
Good evening. Let me first apologize if the light bounces off my head and just blinds this front row right here. I'm so sorry. But I hope everyone is having a good time. Give yourselves a round of applause. I bring you greetings tonight from WGN Television, and I am here to present the first of a few categories. Let's begin with 6A, Documentary of Current Significance, and the nominees are
Nature in the City, WMVS. Get into the Shark Tank, WMAQ WTTW. Flood Emergency, The Aftermath, WMTV.
And the Emmy goes to Get Into the Shark Tank, WMAQ WTTW.
Here at Chicago's world-renowned Shedd Aquarium, we go behind the scenes to bring you a rare, up-close look at the sharks of the wild reef.
Come along as we go up close with the ocean's largest predators.
Knows how much I enjoy doing these underwater documentaries, these underwater reports. It's kind of a joke that I've now won more Emmys for things I've done underwater than anything I've done on dry land, but it's true, it's true. But thank you to the WTTW for greenlighting this project. Thank you to my bosses, former bosses, Channel 5, Larry Wirt and Frank Whitaker, for also giving my first documentary a chance to air. It was very meaningful when that happened. And thank you to the Shedd Aquarium for giving me unheard of access to their sharks. Believe it or not, they're pretty protective of them. So it was a fun project to do, and this feels really good, so thank you.
Our next category is 6B, Documentary of Historic Significance, and the nominees are
Out and Proud in Chicago, WTTW. Lost and Found, Legacy of USS Lagarto, Moshman Productions and Wisconsin Maritime Museum, WTTW. Korhonen, Nice Guys, Finish First, Comcast.
And the Emmy goes to Lost and Found, Legacy of USS Lagarto, Moshman Productions and Wisconsin Maritime Museum, airing on WTTW.
What I always came back to was the fact that there were 36 men on that submarine at the bottom of the sea who died in the service of their country, and they could not speak for themselves. And that if the family members and friends of these men didn't pursue it for them, no one would.
Well, if Kazurinsky can read, I can read. I just can't remember all this. I wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for some gamblers in Wisconsin. In 1942, a man named Charles West bet that his little shipyard in Manitowoc, near the shores of Lake Michigan, could actually build and launch a fleet of submarines, one of the most complex boats ever designed, even though he'd only built cargo ships and fishing boats. Yet he took the Navy contract, and the shipyard supplied more than 24 subs for the war effort, vessels often regarded as the best built in the American fleet. Years later, another group in Manitowoc took a risk. Norma Bishop and the Board of Trustees of the Wisconsin Maritime Museum committed a considerable sum of money to a couple of producers from Chicago, my partner Chuck Coppola here and I, to create a documentary about one of those Manitowoc-built submarines, the USS Lagarto. Lagarto and her crew of 86 had been missing since 1945, lost without a trace while on war patrol in the Pacific. But in 2005, a British diver stumbled on the sub at the bottom of the Gulf of Thailand, and plans were quickly made in Manitowoc to tell her story. Those plans included sending our crew of 7 to a remote island, chartering a dive boat, and traveling 19 hours offshore for 4 days to the wreck site. It was an incredible journey, an incredible experience, and this award is just one piece of evidence that the gamble paid off. Thank you very much.
Our next category is 7A, Public Affairs, Current Affairs, single program not included in a series. And the nominees are
Digital Television, WGBO. Next TV, 1 hour special, Chicago Urban League, WFLD. Asian Influences, Dream America, WLS. Surviving Suicide, WLS. Never Give Up, a tribute to Warner Saunders, WMAQ.
And the Emmy goes to? There are 2 Emmys being awarded in this category. Asian Influences, Dream America, WLS. Surviving Suicide, WLS.
I was 17 and a senior in high school, and I was anticipating graduating with my class until December 7th, 1941, when Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor. And that actually changed my own sense of self and identity, because up until that time, I just felt as though I was fully an American.
Pictures of the way my family used to be. These are my most treasured possessions. My mother's smile lights up every portrait. My father says she was the glue that held us together.
She was the center of our lives. That's the type of person she was.
But behind that bright smile, Diane Marcus Roy hid a lifelong battle with bipolar disorder, manic depression, which proved to be fatal.
Good.
I'm truly honored. I wasn't expecting this. I'm really, really nervous. That's why I think you should thank everybody.
This is the power behind the throne. Dream Influences, Edgar Vargas, a fantastic producer who's very typical of the kind of producers that we have at Channel 7 and WLS. And Edgar, your sense of the real story about how the immigrant experience is something that everybody can experience, I think, is something that really resonated with people. And Linda Yu has been an incredible force for inspiration for you and for all of us at Channel 7, all behind this story. And Edgar, you do great work, and sometimes Edgar is one of the unsung heroes, and you must say, job well done.
I want to thank everybody that works with us behind the scenes, and especially Ravi, Linda Yu, and Judy Sue, and thank the Academy for recognizing us.
And for those who did Surviving Suicide as well, an incredible piece of work. This is for them, and we accept on their behalf. Thank you.
Our next category is 7B, Public Affairs, Current Affairs, Program Series, Single Program in a Series, or Program Segment. And the nominees are
People, Places, and Things, The Face of Hope, WLS. A New Kind of Normal, Life-Focused Productions, WICC. Aspiring Women, A Heart for Haiti, TLA. Trabajando Sin Drogas, Rocket Productions, CAN TV. Up Front with Mike Gusha, Composite, WISN. Adelante Chicago, WGN. Aspiring Women, Composite, TLA. People to People, WGN.
And the Emmy goes to, there are 2 being awarded in this category. A New Kind of Normal, Life-Focused Productions, and, oh my God, Trabajando Sin Drogas, Rocket Productions. Lord, I'm so sorry, I hope I pronounced it correctly. Trabajando Sin Drogas, Rocket Productions, airing on CAN TV.
And they shot Doug 8 times in the back as he ran away.
A young man called to protect our nation.
I'm used to seeing my son in naval uniforms with many medals. And that day, as he rounded the bend, he was in jailhouse blues.
Commits cold-blooded murder. What would cause this Navy lieutenant to snap?
He was rescuing 2 little girls from what he saw as a bad situation and not seeing any other recourse.
¿Qué
le pasaría a su compañía si sucediera una tragedia y un trabajador suyo fuera culpable porque se encontraba bajo la influencia del alcohol o las drogas? Los negocios hispanos están creciendo 3 veces más que el promedio nacional. Sin embargo, muchas de estas compañías no tienen acceso a los recursos necesarios para evitar graves problemas.
So there are many people up on stage with me because I couldn't fit all of the people up there here to support me, every single one of them, because I believed in me and believed in this company. Michelle is a great producer. Marilyn, amazing producer, editor. And Dan Meyer, who gave me a chance to start my own company, and WYCC for letting me air the program on your station. Thank you so much. So we're very honored, and thank you very much.
And I just want to add, it has been such a privilege to work on this series. It's literally at times been blood, sweat, and tears, but it has paid off, and especially working alongside Mona, she is amazing. So thank you all.
The program for which this award comes is about a new kind of normal. And I think that all of us in Life Focus believe that one of the most exciting things about our life together is to tell the stories of people who have faced circumstances that violated the normality of life and found some hope in the midst of it. And because there are a lot of people out there these days wrestling with a new kind of normal, we pray and hope for all of them as well. They might find hope. Thank you.
My colleague Lourdes Duarte is my Spanish coach, so I hope Lourdes isn't mad with me. I make sure I try to pronounce it right, and she will get me as soon as I go off. So if I didn't, I hope I didn't let her down. Our next category is Category 8, Conversation, Interview, Single Program or Program Series, and the nominees are
A Conversation with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, WYCC. A Tribute to Bernie Mac, WCIU. Chicago Tribune Live, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago. Sanctuary, Facing the Threat of Nuclear Iran, Jewish United Fund and Chicago Board of Rabbis, WLS. Backstage Chicago, Comcast.
And the Emmy goes to, there are 2 being awarded in this category. A Tribute to Bernie Mac, WCIW, and Chicago Tribune Live, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago.
You've always been able to be clear. You've always felt his heart in every joke.
And that's why, too, we talked about him being a black comedian. Well, yeah, he was in the Kings of Comedy, but he's also in Ocean's 11. You know, he was in a lot of movies, and he didn't necessarily play the black role. You know, what would be considered the black role. You know, he was just whatever he was, whether it was a bartender, a gangster, or a bookie, or whatever it was. But he kind of transcended those things.
We're fighting for our lives. Game 4 is going to be a huge one, and we need to come out with our best effort.
We're live at the United Center to bring you all the latest, both on and off the ice, with Blackhawks analyst Eddie Olczyk and Steve Conroy. Plus, we'll visit with Blackhawks legend Dennis Savard, Tony Esposito, Stan Mikita, and Bobby Hull. So let's get rowdy for this playoff edition of Chicago Tribune Live.
Last time I was here, it was like 14 years ago, and I saw Springsteen play on the stage. So now I could say I've been on the same stage as the boss. So that's really cool. Thanks to our technical crew who helped put this together. Thanks to Alyssa, our executive producer, Cap, our host, who's on the beach in Hawaii somewhere, so don't thank him too much. Terry Cortez, our great director, Ezra McCann, our booking producer, Eric Raymeyer, editor, and all our crew helped pull this together. Thank you very much.
We have a running joke every night. Nellie will send me the open, and I'll look at it, and it's always fine. And I always type back, I always type back, it's an Emmy Award-winning open, and now it is. Thanks, everyone.
It is a tremendous honor to win an award for a man who is a true Chicago icon, actor, and legend. Who you with?
Bernard McCullough.
So I do want to thank all the people at WCIU for all your support. The producers on the project, Sean Long, George Blaze, Randy King. It is a tremendous honor. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you.
And my final category, category 9, single magazine program series or segment, and those nominees are
Outdoor Wisconsin, Black Bears, WMVS. CPS Right Now, Anderson Productions Incorporated. Wise TV Forum, WYCC. 190 North, WLS. Next TV Series, Chicago Urban League, WFLD. Chicago Revealed, Composite, MUTV. Chicago Revealed, Episode Number 5, MUTV.
And the Emmy goes to? There are 2 for this category as well. CPS Right Now, Anderson Productions Incorporated, airing on Chicago Cable Channel 49, and Next TV Series, Chicago Urban League, aired on WFLD.
This week, we visit the Girls Empowerment Summit 2008, where girls from all over the city speak from the heart about coming of age in Chicago. Plus, we visit one of CPS's luckiest schools as it receives books, money, and a special visit from its suburban sister school. And Morgan Park High School students get the lowdown on the high cost of college.
Last week, our next one entrepreneur, Quentin Love, was challenged to make some changes, but he's being a little stubborn about taking the advice of his coaches and partners. Now it's time for an intervention, Next TV style.
Previously on Next TV.
I'm the president of Adiala Food Group.
I'm his partner in the West Side location.
You're opening 2 other restaurants?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Really?
I think in Quentin's mind, he may associate success with the ability to open another restaurant.
Hi, it is an honor to be here. Next TV was the brainchild of Cheryl Jackson at the Chicago Urban League, and folks said, you know, a not-for-profit doing a really nice TV show? Well, we did, and thanks to WFLD for putting us on the air. And I want to thank our team. They're not all here, but our correspondent, Michelle McKizek, and one of our producers, Milana Walters, and we have a media process group who actually did all the post-production for us, and we're just really excited. But you know what? This award really goes to the voices and the people whose stories we told, because without them, we wouldn't have Next TV. So thank you very much.
Tad overdressed because the Chicago Urban League is holding its gala tonight, so we had to run from there to come here, all because you guys changed the date. Thank you. But no, I'm so honored. Thank you so much.
And thank you to Tracy for being an incredible supervising producer, and Cheryl Jackson for her vision, and just thank for the Academy. Thank you.
All right, now, according to Rush Limbaugh, you're all pinko, left-leaning liberals. It's probably why some of you are going this way. It's so hard for you, apparently, to move to your right. When you get that award, go to the right, folks. Just go to the right. This is where we're going. All winners go that way. Photo ops, everything that way. And also, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, 1 trophy per group winner. We've already had one group make off with 2 trophies, so we're hunting it down. And Harvey and Chuck and company, by the way, thank you for making me sob in front of my children. I was watching the Legato submarine thing, and the kids going, "Why is Daddy crying?" It's like, oh. All right, a few acknowledgments before we go on. First, since his arrival on the scene in 2004, he's been one of Chicago's finest jazz pianists. Please give it up for the flying fingers of Mr. Ben Patterson. Ben. Ben's CD is on sale in the lobby, by the way. Grab it on your way out. It's terrific. And do you know the difference between a blues musician and a jazz musician? A blues musician plays 3 chords in front of 1,000 people. A jazz musician plays 1,000 chords in front of 3 people. Little music joke there. Okay, I would also like to acknowledge our accountants. They tally the votes, so if you don't win, you can blame them. So a warm round of applause for our friends from Baker, Tilley, Virchow, and Krause, LLP. Wait a minute, ladies. Hold on. I want to say, before you go, thanks also to Sheldon Holtzman. Whoa, look, don't be so fast. Get back out here. Come on. Thanks to Sheldon Holtzman, Ellen Beyer, Adrienne Claybrooks, and Georgina Gianelli. They're all gainfully employed. They all have big bucks, and they're all single. I'm not kidding. It's true. Yeah. And not with us this evening, thanks to Keaton Durham and Kathleen McKillop. Thank you, ladies. Now, for our next awards, please welcome from WGBO Univision Chicago, Emmy Award winner Brenda Carmona. Brenda.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're having fun this beautiful night. Oh, okay. Thank you. I have the honor of presenting the next category. It's 21A, directing live to tape, and also 21B, directing edited. And the nominees are
Michael Lasky, Cubs Rally 2008, WGA. Jaime Mariscal, Composite, WGBA. Michelle Mackenzie Voigt, Composite, WTTW. Waldemar Zambrano, The Hiding Place, TLA. James R. Wilkie, 24/7 Chicago, 24/7 Productions, LLC, WMAQ. Matt Hoffman, River North Chicago Dance Company. Every dancer has a story. HMS Media Incorporated. Jeff DeVries, Project Character presents Magnetic Live, TLA.
and the winners. The Emmy goes to Michael Lasky, Cubs Rally 2008. And there are 2 Emmys being awarded on this category. James R. Wilk, 24/7, and Jeff DeVries, Project Character presents Magnetic Live, TLA.
Sweet. You know, most of the time it's death, destruction, car accident, shooting, this, that, the other. But, you know, when the Cubs make the playoffs, it's citywide celebration. So it just makes for a fun time behind the scenes. If it wasn't for the crew that I have, I wouldn't be able to do this because they know what I'm doing before I want to do it. So they're where they need to be. So thanks, everybody.
This is amazing. Sorry, I have to read. I'd like to thank the Academy. I'd like to say thank you to my parents and grandparents whose love, support, and education led me onto the stage. To my dear siblings, friends, and family, most importantly, I'd like to thank every member of the 24/7 Chicago team that over the entire course of the show contributed their courage, trust, and talents and made incredible sacrifices for 24/7 Chicago, and to the executive producers who are all here tonight and gave me this opportunity. This Emmy Award is for all of you. This is a win for the entire 24/7 Chicago family, and I only have the privilege of getting to hold and care for it, so thank you.
I'd like to thank the Academy, and I'd like to thank Jerry Rose and for keeping TLN going since 1976. It's a privilege to work there, and it's a privilege to work with all the folks there, and they really set you up for succeeding. In this project, I want to especially thank Pete McDonough for producing it, and given me some great material to work with. And I also like to thank my wife, who's always supporting me and loves to take a lot of pictures. And I'd also like to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Thanks.
The next category is 22A, Videography News, and the nominees are
John Dua, Yes He Can, WNDU. Mario Carrasco, Salvadorian musician, WGBO. Jorge Pachenko, Hispanics and Immigration, WGBO. Casey Claus, Citizen Soldiers, WLS. Kyle Porter, Composite, WCIU. Sam Sorensen, Composite, WMTV.
And the Emmy goes to... There are 2 Emmys on this category. It's John Duan, Yes We Can, WNDU, and Kyle Porter, Composite, WCIU.
This kind of makes up for Notre Dame losing to Navy, so I'll make my thank yous really quick. Thank you to Jim Price, the subject of our piece that we followed around for this story. Thank you to my reporter friend, Alana Greenfogel, amazing, wonderful reporter, very passionate, motivated. I wish I could shoot with her till I retire. And one last random thank you. Thank you to all the reporters and photographers in the Chicago news market, Indianapolis, Denver, Minneapolis, and Seattle. I spend way too much time watching you guys' work and trying to steal some ideas and bring it back to me in South Bend, and it's really inspiring, so thank you to you guys, and look up and live.
Hello. I want to thank WCIU, obviously, for giving me the chance to come up with an idea and then run with it. I love feature stories and telling people's stories, and I just hope that type of style lives in TV news for a very long time. Thank you.
Congratulations. Next category, 22B, Videography Non-News, and the nominees are
Joe Chambers, Alan Forrest Brown, Maria Neal, Get Into the Shark Tank, WMAQ. Kevin Foy, Composite, Chicago Bears Network. David Seaman, Evan Kovacs, Jim Choi, Jeff Saracati. Lost and Found, Legacy of USS Lagarto. Moshman Productions and Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Tim Boyd, Irish Chicago, WTTW. John Ford, Gino Rossano, Greg Stasevsky, Mark Zurowick, River North Chicago Dance Company. Every dancer has a story. HMS Media Incorporated. Trevor Wright, Discover Wisconsin Composite. Discover Media Works Incorporated.
Wow, those names are hard to pronounce. And the Emmy goes to, wow. There are 2 Emmys on this category. I apologize in advance. Joe Chambers, Alan Forrest Brown, Maria Neal, Getting to the Shark Tank, WMAQ, and Kevin Foy, Composite, Chicago Bears Network, air on WFLD.
Kevin couldn't make it, so on behalf of Kevin, I'd like to thank everybody at the Academy and everybody on Chicago Bears Broadcasting, Greg Miller, Jim Padgett, Michael Vasquez, and me, Ramel Badayuso. And yeah, thank you.
Go Bears. I'm accepting on behalf of everyone who worked on this behind the scenes, Joe, Alan, and Maria. Incredible work doing underwater photography and such, and thank you.
Okay, next category, 23A, editing news, and 23B, editing non-news, and the nominees are
Mario Carrasco, How to Save Money When Grocery Shopping, WGBO. Sam Sorensen, Composite, WMTV. Richard Tyson Moy, Composite, WMAQ. Andrew Lenny, Composite, WGN. Ryan Mayers, Next TV, Change You Can See, Media Process Group. Harvey Moshman, Lost and Found, Legacy of USS Lagarto, Moshman Productions and Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Jeff DeVries, Composite, TLN. Jay Wada, David Mathis, Never Give Up, a tribute to Warner Saunders, WMAQ. Jim Windsor, Start Here, Stay Here, WISN.
And obviously there's two winners, so the Emmy goes to Ryan Myers, Next TV, Change You Can See, Media Process Group, and Richard Tyson Moy, Composite, WMAQ.
On behalf of Rich Moy, who could not be here this evening, I'd like to accept this. Rich is one of the finest news editors around, and thank you to the Academy.
Okay, that was my last one. Thank you very much. Good night.
Okay, I was grabbing a coffee backstage. I wasn't paying attention. I got caught. All right, here we go. On Thursday, November 19, we've got a fundraiser for our Scholarship Foundation. It's at the Packer Shop Gallery, and it's the opening of an exhibit you may have heard something about. Artist Anne Ponce and her daughter, fab photographer Maria, are doing a joint show. It has nothing to do with Cheech and Chong. As you may have heard, Anne and Maria have been painting and photographing many of Chicago's top TV news personalities. It will take quite some time, but as soon as they're done painting and shooting their own family, they may have some time left to shoot and paint some of you. Bada bing. But seriously, folks, it is a wonderful thing. It's for a good cause, and you can find more about this event at chicagoemmyonline.org. Now, up next, please welcome Emmy Award-winning NBC5 anchor Rob Stafford. Rob, come on down.
Thank you, Tim. I want to thank the Academy for supporting journalism. No question, journalism is under fire, and it's good to see so many people still standing or sitting as you are tonight. There are a lot of great storytellers in the room tonight, and it's all about storytelling, and it's an honor for me to be here. The next category is Children's Teen Single Program or Program Series. The nominees are
Project Character presents Magnetic, TLN. Quality Time with Nana, TLN. Into the Outdoors, Derailing Aquatic Hitchhikers. Discover MediaWorks Incorporated.
And the Emmy goes to Into the Outdoors, Derailing Aquatic Hitchhikers, Discover MediaWorks Incorporated.
Summer in Wisconsin, there's nothing else quite like it. Whether you like to spend lazy days on a lake or river fishing with Mom or Dad, water skiing with friends, or kayaking at summer camp. Wisconsin's waterways give us a chance to enjoy a lot of outdoor activities. But there's a serious threat to our lakes and rivers. That could change all of that. That threat is known as
Aquatic invasive species.
Thank you so much for this award. It's an incredible honor to be recognized for my work, especially since I was laid off this week. So if anybody, yeah. So if anybody's looking for a two-time Emmy Award-winning producer, just let me know. Thank you.
A great storyteller looking for work. There are a lot of them. The next category is Special Event Program Live. The nominees are
Comcast Sportsnet Sports Awards, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago. Chicago's Summer Blast, WGN. 2008 Magnificent Mile Lights Festival, WLS. NBC5 presents the 2009 Chicago Auto Show, WMAQ.
And the Emmy goes to 2008 Magnificent Mile Lights Festival, WLS.
Time for magic, time for good cheer, time to light up the holiday season. From Michigan Avenue in the heart of Chicago, it's time for the Cheetah Girls, Broadway's Mary Poppins, Olympic gold medalist Carly Patterson, singer Jason Mraz, and so much more. Plus Santa Claus and direct from Walt Disney World, Mickey Mouse. All gathered for the 2008 Magnificent Mile Lights Festival.
Woo, Mickey Mouse, the boss. Thank you so much. I thank the Academy, this staff, and those who aren't here tonight with us, Crick Bowen and John Best and Alan Kraszewski. Who am I missing? Anybody else? I don't think so. I think Robin Roberts, who also co-hosted from Good Morning America. That was the second year that we have taken over from our compadres at WGN, and we're very proud to have taken on that and created an event. We call it a festival because the city won't let us call it a parade, but it is a parade, procession, a fest that is fun to do, and we are allowed by our bosses to think out of the box on this, and forever we are grateful. So thank the Academy, and I thank this wonderful group of people I work with. They are the best in television. Thank you.
Thank you, Janet, for letting me host with you. I appreciate it.
No, Janet's the best with us. We love her.
Congratulations. Next category, Special Event Program Edited. The nominees are
UFC 90 Chicago Special, Comcast. 2009 Chicago Auto Show, REI Media LLC, WBBM. Chicago Auto Show 2009, WSNS.
And the Emmy goes to Chicago Auto Show 2009, WSNS.
Gracias, Marilena. Bueno, pues yo feliz de la vida porque hoy les voy a presentar aquellos autos que todos soñamos tener, pero no sabemos si van a salir al mercado. Estoy hablando de los autos concepto. Además, también les voy a mostrar todo lo que usted y su familia pueden hacer aquí en este Auto Show. ¿Y tú, Sandra, qué nos tienes?
Gracias, Vero. Me encuentro en la sala de exhibición de Hyundai. Ellos están ofreciendo excelentes ofertas para todos ustedes. Más adelante les tengo todos los detalles en esta edición especial del Chicago Auto Show.
Maria, thank you. Thank you, thank you. On behalf of our sister station, WSNS, they're going to be thrilled to put this award in their trophy case. This is their 5th year working with us and the Chicago Auto Show as partners. So on behalf of Maria and everyone on the Auto Show team, we say thank you very much.
I just want to say this is unbelievable because every year we're nominated and finally. So it's a tremendous team. It's, you know, every single person there is so talented. So they were like, please text me if we win it. So there's going to be some texting done right now. Thank you so much.
Category 13, Arts, Entertainment Program or Program Series, Broadcast, Advanced Media. The nominees are
JBTV presents The Dandy Warhols, JBTV. Primetime Chicago, Comcast. River North Chicago Dance Company, Every Dancer Has a Story. HMS Media Incorporated, WTTW. Let's Dish, Rice 101, WLS. A Renaissance Christmas, WTTW. Journey to Sunda, Rocket Ranch Productions. Juanes Movie Episodios, Moss Communications.
And the Emmy goes to Primetime Chicago Comcast and Journey to Sunda Rocket Ranch Productions.
Eric Schmidt stopped by this trendy hotspot to sample some of Landmark's classic American flavors.
The Landmark Grill and Lounge is located in Lincoln Park near the corner of Halsted and North Avenue. Now, this exterior is fairly nondescript, but don't let the white walls fool you. Really, the interior is like nothing you have ever seen in the city of Chicago.
Now we're introducing our new Asian restaurant concept right here in Chicago with celebrity chef The Food Buddha and award-winning designer Tony Chi. While my partners Brad Young and Arturo Gomez had my back driving the project from home, I was sent on a mission to bring back amazing discoveries from numerous cultures across Asia. And of course, to find the perfect new Asian restaurant name. My pictures from the trip are amazing. I started my travels with the Food Buddha in Vietnam. In Cambodia, I learned so much from the monks.
Our executive producer couldn't be here, but I'm sure she'd like to join Aaron and I. And first of all, thanking our host, Bessie Tunis, for joining us in our adventure, and to our correspondents, Paul Isnick and Lisa Prati, a special thank you, and then to some of the best editors in the city, John Jacobiak, Gary Fiedler, and Blessin George. Thank you.
I just had to bring up Philip Jones, who shot and directed, and Chris Robbins from Bridges Media. They are huge talents in the city and totally helped, and it's a huge honor to get this huge privilege and to be with all of you. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah, the after party. Yeah, that's probably why I got it, just so I could throw the after party. Thank you for the. Yeah. I want to thank the people at Tribune and Metromix and NBC and 24/7 for letting me be a part of their lives back in the day and let me get addicted to this whole thing, and I really love it. So if you guys have anything to say, please. You guys are
Thank
amazing.
you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you for my family for just a lot of support. Thank you.
Category 15, Public Service Announcement or Campaign. The nominees are
IDOT Cops Everywhere campaign, Lou Barras and Associates. DTV Transition, The British Guy, WLS. Honor Flight Chicago, Honor Flight Chicago, CAN TV. Get Away From You, Spot Filmworks Limited. Sweet Haircut, Big Idea Company. Cinco de Mayo, WGBO.
And the Emmy goes to two winners. IDOT Cops Everywhere campaign, Lou Barras and Associates, aired on WBBM, WGN, WFLD, WLS, WMAQ. Get Away From You, Spot Filmworks Ltd., aired on local Milwaukee stations. Congratulations.
Cops in Illinois are everywhere. If you drive at night, you're in our sight. Click it or ticket.
Well, I'd like
like to, I'm accepting this for Andy Medorsky from Blue Barrett. I am his wife. Sorry about that. I'm accepting for Andy Medorsky at Lou Barris. I'm his wife. I'd like to think I'm the Samantha behind the Darren Stevens, but it's honestly all him and Lou Barris, and he thanks you for all of it, for all of you. Thanks.
I'd like to thank Gary Miller and all the folks that serve in Milwaukee for coming up with such a crazy idea for Alzheimer's, no pun intended. It was this very, very serious subject, and letting us have fun with it. It was has created all kinds of good retention from everyone. The spot was completely donated. Everything was pro bono. Thank the University of Wisconsin for giving us Bucky Badger for the day. That's Bucky underneath the brain. Thank Independent Edit in Milwaukee for the great editing. Thank you.
There are a lot of talented people in the news promotions departments, and I work with a lot of them at MAQ, so this next category is an important one. News promotion, single announcement, or campaign. The nominees are
ABC 7 News, your way, WLS. Crime Week, WMAQ. Eye of the Storm, WGN.
And the Emmy goes to ABC 7 News, Your Way, WLS.
Stories are more than just headlines.
They go beyond a 4-second soundbite.
And it takes experience to see it all.
To find the story hidden behind the headline.
And at ABC 7 News, we're committed to doing exactly that. Putting stories into context.
Showing you what's really going on.
And how it all affects you.
So no matter how you get
your news starts here.
ABC 7 News is your news, your way.
Kyle Longnecker, who is the producer and creator of that, and also our promotions manager, is a very talented man, and I think deserves this. But he would get up here and be quite humble and dry and say, thank you very much. He could not be here tonight.
Category 16B, non-news promotion, single announcement, or campaign. The nominees are
NBC5 Sports Team, WMAQ. Discover Wisconsin, Discover MediaWorks Incorporated. Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago. Classic Movie Cocktail, WYCC. Comcast Sportsnet, One Network, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago.
And the Emmy goes to Comcast Sportsnet, One Network, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago.
My goal is to always maintain my composure. Seriously!
Many goals, One Network, Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
My goal? To be there for another champagne celebration.
Yeah! Many goals, One Network, Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
I don't do speeches, but I will say thanks to the Blackhawks for being good sports. I appreciate it.
Category 17, single commercial announcement or campaign. The nominees are
WLIT FM's Snow Globe Christmas 2008 campaign. Super spots, Done, Optimus. Comcast HD, Comcast. Chicago Blackhawks All-Star Ad Campaign, Chicago Blackhawks. More Campaign, Big Idea Company. Smith Babies, Walter E. Smith.
And the Emmy goes to, there are two, Dunn Optimus and Smith Babies.